All right, guys, what's up? Back today with another post. As I mentioned, took a little break from doing these Reddit posts because a lot of them seem very repetitive to me, and I think they're, like I said, repetitive. Now, this right here is a success story, and the reason that I love this one is because I talk about a lot in some of these posts is that they don't really cover the action steps. And now, if you're a fan of the videos that I do or self-help in general, yes, I believe in manifesting. I believe in putting out your intention, but I also believe that inspired action, or whatever you want to call it, is almost always part of the process. No matter what you want to say about Neville or any of these people that say you don't have to lift a finger or take no action or whatever, how did Neville publish his books? How did your favorite YouTuber post their videos? They had to make their videos, right? They had to press the upload button. They had to record themselves on the camera. Point being, you already understand action is a part of the process with whatever you're doing. Neville did all these speaking gigs everywhere. He traveled around, right? He took action, okay? Do as they do, not as they say, right? There is a quote that says that is very apt in this situation. Now, with this success story, it is called a multiple six-figure per year business, and I'm excited to get into it and reveal more details here because as we start out here, as per my last post, I was asked if I could share a more in-depth on manifesting my business, so here we go. So here it is. I've been running a very successful online business for the last 8 years, making multiple six figures per year, selling digital products such as courses, ebooks, and memberships from anywhere between $7,000 to $2,000. Although I didn't know about Neville's teachings until 2 years ago, from day one, I was using manifestation principles to make it happen. And looking back, I can see how I was following the law all along and why my business became the inevitable success it is within 6 months. There are so many elements to building and running a wildly successful business, and I can't write it all. So I'm going to write based on what you need to know from starting the business and getting it off the ground to be a success, because that's the perceived hardest part. The short story. I had a very strong desire to have my own online business, but I doubted my ability to build one. I wasn't smart, savvy, confident, or insert insecurity enough. I had fluffed around with different niches for a few prior years, made a few sales on different products, but my head wasn't fully in it yet. Then one year, I decided I was done working for other people and I was going to do this online business properly, and no matter what, it was going to be a success. Key right there, the decision. I started my current business, created a course and content around the course topic to begin selling it. I made sales, but not enough to quit my job, so I continued to build my brand, create content, and sell my product throughout the months. And I intended its success, my business kept building more and more momentum. Then one day, a random idea popped into my head, and I think that's key right there, the momentum. That momentum is building in the background until one day a random idea popped into his head, right? What does that sound like? It sounds like inspired, the inspiration pre-action, the inspired part of the inspired action, right? So it was a strategy for making sales I wanted to test out. So I tried it, and within a couple hours, I'd made 3 sales. I tested it over a month, and it was clear it was a legitimate strategy. So I created a product and taught others how to do it, and it went viral. You couldn't search the topic of this subject without coming into contact with my business. It was everywhere. I was making passive sales left and right and center and made 75K the first year, six figures the next, and continued upwards from there. This was the thing that catapulted my success, and from there I leveraged it to branch out, build a name for myself, and become a leading authority in the industry. Note, the product doesn't exist anymore as the method to do the strategy is obsolete. The breakdown. Okay, let's break down exactly how the law was 100% at work during this entire process. So these are bullet points here. So the first being brazen impudence. I did not give myself any other option but to succeed. No matter what happened or how long it took, I decided I was never going to give up, that my success was inevitable, and in my mind, my business was already a massive success. Anytime there was a setback, I would feel the fear, uncertainty, frustration, and move forward anyway. Love that. That book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Anytime there was a setback, I would feel it and do it anyway. I was thinking, feeling, behaving, and showing up like a successful business owner. That's what we've heard time and time again, right? Showing up as if it already is this way. Showing up as if you were already a successful business owner. And a business owner doesn't just quit when there's a hurdle. Mental diet. I had the strictest mental diet out there. I didn't let any doubt, fear, or resistance get in my way. I persisted no matter what. It didn't matter if I still felt fear or doubt as I persisted. I would tell myself it's a motherfucking success. Excuse my language, but that is really what I would say. I was resolute in my conviction. All roads led to my success because I was already a success. I love that. Killing the old man. The old, doubtful, fearful, confidence lacking, unworthy version of myself was terminated, meaning I stopped telling the story that reinforced that identity, self-concept, and began telling the new story, mental diet, of the self-possessed, successful, and highly worthy version of myself, with conviction and passion, I might add. Saturated my mind. I was obsessed with my business. It was all I would ever think about. I would read articles, watch videos, listen to podcasts and audios that were on business or mindset, because switching from an employee mindset to a business owner mindset is no joke. No matter where I went or what I was doing, I was always on the subject of my business, from a healthy, empowered place, not a desperate, needy place. And therefore, I would constantly receive ideas, download solutions, and strategies 24/7. Hence the inspiration for that viral product. It never switched off. The channel was always open. My favorite quote of Neville's is, "You must be consumed with the desire and literally on fire with love for its possession. For an intense imaginal act will always draw unto itself its own affinity." And I truly was. I was consumed by it. Self-concept. The self-concept of being a successful business owner came really easily. I know I am a brilliant business owner. You cannot tell me otherwise. I know what I'm doing. I see what others cannot, and I do what others don't know how to. I get results where others can't, and I am massively compensated for it. I love that. That reminds me a lot of what I would repeat to myself when I was doing sales. And I've mentioned this in other videos, that I had a script. It was based off of Napoleon Hill's advice in Think and Grow Rich, which is to state a definite chief aim every morning. And I had this script that was worded very similar to this, that I can do things what others can't. And I am massively compensated for it. And specifically in that, I can sell. I am a phenomenal salesman. I can sell. I didn't actually write this, but basically, yeah, I can sell anybody else better than anybody else on my sales team. The countless testimonials, successes, and case studies my customers and clients have had from my work is a testament to that. There are rules I created for myself, a world where the common rules don't apply to me, and it hardened into fact. Lived in the end. As you can see, I was fully living in the end of the state of the wish fulfilled until I literally was. Thinking and moving 100% like a business owner from day one. I also visualized throughout the day. I didn't know what SATS was at the time, but because I was always thinking about my business, I must have been doing SATS as well. I visualized everything and anything, the customers and clients coming in, the audience growth and the accolades, the sales notifications, seeing the money I desired in my bank account. I was well and truly in Barbados. Concluding thoughts. Neville said, "This perfectly disciplined man is always in tune with the wish as an accomplished fact. He knows consciousness is the one and only reality, that ideas and feelings are facts of consciousness and are as real as objects in space. Therefore, he never entertains a feeling which does not contribute to his happiness, for feelings are the causes of actions and circumstances of his life." On the other hand, the undisciplined man finds it difficult to believe that which is denied by the senses and usually accepts or rejects solely on appearances of the senses. I love that quote. I think it's safe to say I was disciplined in the assurance of my business success, and I hope you will be too. Remember, imagination is the only reality and the 3D is an illusion. You are the creator and you dictate how it all works for you. The rules are yours and yours alone to create. Whatever resistance or limiting assumption is getting in the way in your way, whether it's due to yourself, lack of confidence, worthiness, your industry, and common beliefs about it, e.g., starting artist, competitive market. Decide the opposite now applies. Assume everything is working in your favor and your success is inevitable. All your work, steps, and actions are working and ensuring your success. Kill the old man now. Go to the end and stay there. And please, please, please do Neville's work properly. Get disciplined in the law. Learn it. Apply it and embody it. It will give you the desires of your heart, but you must do it properly. TLDR, how to manifest a six-figure business, brazen impudence, mental diet, killing the old man, saturating your mind with the new version / story, self-concept, and living in the end state of the wish fulfilled. Man, yeah, what a great post. And it's like, get disciplined in the law. And that word discipline, people take issue with this. Oh, discipline. Oh, self-help. It's just too much of a grind, or like whatever. It's not spiritual enough or something. But we have this quote from Neville. He's literally talking about the disciplined mind. The disciplined man is always in tune with the wish fulfilled. On the other hand, the undisciplined man finds it difficult to believe that which is denied by the senses and usually accepts or rejects solely on appearance of the senses. And disciplining is the disciplining of the mind, the disciplining of your awareness, the discipline of yourself is imperative to this. That's what having a mental diet is about. That's what is required to build a six-figure business, is disciplining yourself continuously, to think the right ways, to take the right actions, to be that version of yourself, to show up in that way. Discipline is absolutely a part of the process. And here you have a quote even from Neville himself saying that. So I'm tired of hearing all of this, oh, I just was affirming, but I wasn't really, I just was thinking about pasta. I don't know. Like, discipline the mind, discipline your thoughts. There can be this and that. There can be a moments of relaxation as well and letting go. It's not to say that you always need to be so strident and rigid in your approach to things. And honestly, I could probably stand to let go more and to like be more like this. But at the same time, there is a situation where you can be relaxed but still doing the right things. Right now, I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I have the right lighting. I'm feeling a little bit discouraged because of my past few videos that I've done, and maybe they didn't look that great, but I put a lot of work into them. I'm trying to develop different techniques for recording, trying to get a teleprompter going so I can read a script, so I can make my videos more concise, so you get the information delivered more concisely and more in a more structured manner. Yet the videos that I've been putting out haven't been getting that many views or engagement or whatever, right? And even though I put more effort into those ones than I do of these simple Reddit readings, these ones seem to be getting more, right? But I have all these thoughts, but I'm still out here recording this video. I'm still making this video because I have I guess you could call it discipline. I guess you could call it just doing the work, showing up for the thing, even when you don't feel like doing it. Or even when you're questioning, oh, is it good enough? I don't know. I don't know if the lighting's good enough. I'm sitting in front of the window here, but it's kind of dark in the room. Whatever. Sit down, do the work. So we got some comments in here. Wow. Congratulations on your success. Great story. I'm in the same boat where you were, wanting to create some sort of online business, having absolutely no idea where to start. However, I'm starting to use Neville's teachings and am determined to make this year successful. Pretty much at rock bottom in the real world. No job, car, renting a room for my parents. However, as I just start to build that mental diet and transcend my outer world to concentrate on my ideal inner world. I have bookmarked this post. I'm going to read this every day. Wishing you continued success this year and beyond. Awesome. I love this post because I feel like this is attracting the right type of people, the right type of mindset, a healthy, balanced, holistic approach, which is what I talk about on this channel all the time. Doing these practices, focusing on your inner world, focusing on your self-concept, your mental diet, building yourself up from the inside out, but then also doing the work. Also doing the work, not just sitting around saying, oh, I hope I'm gonna win the lottery now. Anyways, guys, as a result of your other posts on health, I cut bait. I don't know what that means, but it was happening. But that post solidified my desire and it happened, even though I would say that's not my desire anymore, blah, blah, blah. I literally saw myself taking my skin off like a suit, casting it off. Suddenly, in an instant, nothing can stop me from creating the world I want. I suddenly became totally at peace. I was laughing as I went to sleep, imagined all the white that my big dog is completely healthy. He suddenly, all the while, was able to walk with undiagnosed arthritis. Okay, I don't know what this has to do with something about post on health. I guess they're referring to a previous post, but another person saying, thank you for explaining in such detail your process. Right. They love the going from an employee to a businessman mindset, business owner mindset. So interesting. So there's some interesting comments. Another one, I inherited my dad's business as a young 30-year-old woman 2 years ago. It's in a really masculine industry, and I have a few limiting beliefs about it. E.g., it's hard for women to make it, and all the competitors are men, want to take us down, especially because they knew my dad died, and they thought this business would die with him. Competitive market. Could you give me some ideas how to reframe these ideas? I've had some success stories regarding it, but still not out of the business with debt. I also inherited along with it, and reading your story made me realize how many negative root beliefs I still hold because that's what was told to me, etc. I want to show these motherfuckers who wanted to ruin my dad's business that they can't fuck with me. LOL, especially because I'm a woman. So the OP replies, the law doesn't discriminate, nor is it biased towards one gender. It just says yes. Imagine you've already achieved success. You're the number one in your industry. You beat out all those others motherfuckers. Never saw it coming, and now they're so far behind you, it's a joke, and they disappeared off your radar long ago. What would your self-concept be? What would that end state look and feel like? What would you know for sure about yourself as a business owner? What would you tell yourself about it? Much like I was saying regarding my self-concept, that would be a great place to start. Also, look for evidence of it already being done. I just Googled women thriving in male-dominated industry, and a slew of results came up. So she replied, thank you. Anyways, there's a lot of comments on this. Wow. Okay. So somebody said, after so many financial failures, I want to manifest a successful passive income. I have no idea what could possibly be. I remember one Redditor manifested an online business idea that took him like an hour to create, and it generated him 7 figures in profit. That's kind of what I want. I'm extremely tired and don't want to spend months creating anything at this point. I also don't want that. I also remember that dude didn't force anything. He just kind of waited for an idea to come to him, lying on the beach during vacation or something. So people were talking about this post, and unfortunately, I guess it's been deleted, but there's some comments left. I'm going to check this out real quick. Man, I really don't understand why people delete their posts off Reddit. They're truly helpful resources that are helping people. They're not doing anything. It's not like they're creating any, there's no negative, there's no downside to having the post up. I don't know why people delete them. So just like I thought, it is a digital product. And yeah, as this person said, there's only the comments left here, so I'm not sure exactly what the product was. But somebody said, as I said, I spent a maximum an hour to create those products. I don't want to say what products because it's possible to influence others having a feeling of, yes, this can be a good incident bridge. Let's implement it. Precisely, the bridge of incidents is different for everyone and should be not chosen arbitrarily. Yeah, I don't know. There's no details. I wanted to see if there was any details explaining like the actual business itself, but yeah, somebody else asked about the process. So they said, this is interesting to me. So I'm going to read this and then wrap up this video here. So I have a question about your brazen impudence. Did your actions feel forceful when you first started? If I'm a writer, should I force myself to write daily, but with the mindset that I'm already successful despite doubts and fears coming up? Or should I work exclusively on my mindset, according to how Neville says, and write when I feel inspired to, which should occur only if I'm staying true to the wish fulfilled? They didn't feel forceful at all. The obsession was so strong, I just wanted to take action every day. It was like a thirst I couldn't quench. I was addicted and I loved all of it. Learning, experimenting, implementing, tweaking. I fell in love with the entire process. It never felt forced. Coming at it all from the mindset of this is a successful business made it so easy to do all of that. It's up to you what you should do. You're the creator of your reality. What do you want to do? If I was a writer, I'd write because I love it, because I can't breathe if I don't, because I have so much to say, the words are pouring out of me. It would be crazy if I didn't, because even with doubts or fears, I would lose my mind if I couldn't. So somebody else wrote, if you're a writer, start the habit of writing daily, regardless of your mindset. Just like I'm talking about, show up, just show up and do the work. That's what Steven Pressfield says in The War of Art. And he was a writer, he is a writer, and he dealt with resistance his entire life. And sometimes you can't wait for, what does he call it? The fairy of inspiration or something to knock at your window. You have to just begin the process. No successful writer ever waits for inspiration to strike. Exactly. Like every other successful person in the world, they get up and go to work every single day. And that's the difference between being an amateur and a pro in the book, The War of Art, and in real life. It's the truth. Stephen King's net worth is $400 million because he still writes for several hours every day. He has conditioned his mind to automatically start producing material as soon as he sits down in his writing chair. The OP's business didn't just materialize while he sat around affirming to himself, exactly, guys, this is what I want to hammer home. He still took action to make it happen. It's the same with writing. You can imagine yourself as a successful writer, but you still need to set time aside to write. As I'm rereading this amazing post, another question arose. Would you say you had a lot of discipline? Again, the idea of discipline coming up, step-by-step approach. I know you had that you were living/breathing business and an idea came to you. How much of your success would you attribute to following a plan and how much to ideas and intuition? Thanks again. So the reply is, I was very disciplined. In terms of a plan, I didn't have one. I knew the things I wanted to try, e.g. starting a blog, and I experimented and implemented everything I was excited to try. So following their curiosity, following their excitement, which is what I've been talking about lately regarding getting that blog off the ground. Over time, I learned what worked and what I enjoyed and stuck to that. You really have to trust and back yourself 1,000%. There are countless hurdles and setbacks in business, and most people quit when they hit their first one. When I gave myself no option to quit, that made success easy because there's nowhere to go but up. Awesome. There's more comments on this post, but I think that we covered all of the major points that I wanted to cover in this. I think a phenomenal post. I wish that there were more posts on the subreddit here going in such where the OP is willing to go into such detail with not only their mindset, but also steps and actions that they're taking on the process, the way that they're approaching this, being honest and open that there is discipline involved, that there is work involved. And it's a combination. That's what the best, most successful people are able to use, a combination of their intuition, the things that we talk about with Neville, things like ideation, intuition, with the action taking. And perfectly encapsulated in that post. Anyways, guys, if you liked this video, if you found it was helpful, drop me a like, hit me with a comment, hit me with a subscribe if you've not done so already, and I will see you guys in the next video.